Welcome everybody to the Scale Up Show. This is your host, Ryan Staley, and I have a very special guest with me today. I have Jonathan Lister. Jonathan is the COO at Vidyard. Vidyard is a go-to-market video avatar solution, which is absolutely amazing from what I'm starting to see. Something really cool about Jonathan, he's helped run and build multiple billion-dollar organizations with companies like LinkedIn, Microsoft, Google, even AOL, to name it. Jonathan, welcome. Happy to have you on the show.
Yeah, man, I'm really happy to be here. I'm looking forward to the conversation. I love it. I love dropping AOL in the conversation.
Drop it in there.
Me and,
well, you know what that does? That basically, that infers wisdom is what that infers, right?
Nice. You can look at my careers across like all the major tech inflection points.
Yeah, that's what's super cool about it, right? So now we can talk about AI. You went through the internet, which I did as well. We went through mobile and social. Now we got AI, right? So Yep. It's getting crazy. So can you give us a real quick backdrop on what Vidyard's doing now in the core focus in the AI space? Because I'm really fascinated with what you're doing right now.
Yeah, 100%. I'll step back real quick. Vidyard is a 14-year-old company. We're video for go-to-market. We basically have like two main products. We have a hosting product. We sell it to CMOs, host your videos, all sort of all buyer journeys begin there, track all that into marketing automation. And then we have a video outreach product, record a video, send it to a prospect or customer, gets mapped into CRM. So we're basically like, full funnel across the journey. 8-9 months ago, we thought hard about how AI, and particularly AI avatars, were going to play a role in video, what that was going to do for go-to-market. Everything was going to change. And the headline we really leaned into and still lean into is really like, this is all about personalization at scale. And you just gave my career bio. I've been sort of touting the personalization at scale story for a long time. Mm-hmm. And, we've been on a slow march to personalization at scale. What it looked like for a long time in tech and sales was quantity over quality, right? Like we could make more and more outreach, but could we make higher quality outreach? That's debatable. And I think we're at a moment now with avatars, and AI in general, we can start to create real personalization at scale. I'm happy to get into what all that looks like, but we're leaning super hard into AI avatars, which are a likeness of you, and you can create a script. You can say a script, you can type a script in, you can have AI create a script, you can do keyword replacements. You basically get a custom script every time, and it's real. We're really at that point where quality at scale is what we're seeing coming out now. And of course, the efficacy is improving all the time.
Okay. Yeah, and that's a good question. I mean, obviously, advanced voice came out, which improved the latency on some of the conversation. There's still some hiccups with that. Gemini's got some pretty sweet stuff as well in terms of like how fast it responds. I guess would love to hear. Yeah, like let's get straight into it, man. Give me some core use cases you see that are blowing up right now, specifically with this, and like sweet spots of where it's working.
It's fascinating, Ryan, because again, it's really early. And when we launched, we wanted to be first to market, and we were first to market in the space, avatars certainly for go-to-market. And what we did was we started by just asking all our prospects and customers, like, how would you use this product? Like, here it is. It's an off-the-shelf product. It's one of the first sort of AI products in the application layer. How would you use it? What would you do? And so we didn't have a lot of preconceived notions. We had like a hypothesis, I guess. We certainly thought like, hey, there's a great case for outreach, clearly, right? And I would say what we've seen over the last kind of now 8-9 months is there certainly is this powerful outreach case, and I can divide it all up into use cases. But what I think I've probably been more interested in, maybe a little surprised by, is like the use cases in customer management. I think some of it's sort of obvious in that, like, let's say I'm a account manager and I manage like 20 accounts, or maybe more, maybe I manage a whole bunch of accounts, but in those accounts, I have tons and tons of contacts. My job is really to like build relationships across that whole, my whole base. It's super hard to do with all those contacts. You certainly can't do it in a quality way. And I think what the use case, some of these things we're starting to see are like, how do you, move customers along, keep customers happy? So let's say everything, like things that don't require a meeting, like a product update or a pricing change or a feature release, like those kinds of things where, you'd love to be able to talk to your customer about it in person, but it doesn't make sense if you have like all these contacts. So things like that, those use cases are really resonating. On the awareness earlier stage, the outreach cases you might expect, but there's things that like have high value, but are hard to do at scale. Things like meeting reminders, like meeting no-shows for a BDR are like a massive problem, right? Like we can, just doing things like personalized meeting reminders, personalized meeting follow-ups, meeting confirmation, like all those things are, you think of, of course you do them, but they're hard to do at scale. They're hard to do well. They're hard to do like all the time consistently. So those are some of the use cases that are starting to pull through. And what they are, right, I would say is they're like really great complements to other parts of seller's life and what a seller should do across the sales cycle. And this is like, again, super early. We have like a long list of other use cases that are evolved.
Yeah, no, I could see that. I mean, like what you're saying is like, it's got that personal touch. So if I hear you correctly, this is what I'm interpreting. So like, let's say you got the product update or the pricing update or feature update, right? In one of those three areas, a rep will create a personal avatar of themselves and then just basically send that out to 50, 100 clients. And the messaging is updated. Is it with like a form factor basically that updates the name and all that so that the video...
There's a couple different ways to do it. You can, like, I can personally do it. Like I, Jonathan, can create an avatar video and I can send it with a custom script to 50 prospects or 50 contacts inside a customer, each with a custom name, each with a customized name, company, product, as customized as I want. Like, so, but customized any kind of way. That's like the sort of step one version. The, step version to the sort of let's say crawl, walk, run. That's the crawl version. The walk version is I can bulk generate. The walk version is I'm going to bulk generate 100 videos. I'm going to bulk send 100 videos with a click of a button, right? So I do this all, either through CSV or I, kind of preload everything. And then it's just a simple bulk create and a bulk send. That's the crawl version. Yeah, that's the walk version. The run version is we've now embedded this into workflow. So we have a avatar that is trigger based. It can get sent based on a trigger. So if customer reaches out and hits a website or hits a piece of information, clicks on something, I can now trigger an avatar right back to them saying, from me, I know my customer, I saw you clicked on this. Yeah, you were looking at XYZ, here's my response, and let's book a follow-up meeting. That's based, that'll come straight out of whatever system you're using, whether it's Salesloft or Salesforce, HubSpot, whatever it is. And so that trigger based is really like the run version. And you can imagine at scale that trigger based, every rep is using a trigger based sort of autonomous sales agent version. And you set the triggers. Whenever a customer or prospect takes this action, we're going to trigger X number of responses and on down the workflow. So that's the crawl, walk, run version.
Okay, nice. So let's go from like simple, like personalized meeting reminders, follow-ups, great compliments. The crawl is like one-to-one, like I'm creating a video for you, I'm sending it out, right? Let's go to the bulk. And then I want to go to the automated. So bulk, walk me through that. Like you said, a CSV file. So I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong, basically, let's say I have 100 prospects and they're with 100 different companies. They're all, let's purposes of this, say they're chief operating officers of SaaS companies, right? So we're targeting them, right? Great avatar.
That's exactly it. Like name, company, title, whatever you want. If you're doing outreach, you probably have a standardized message. You're BDR and you've got like 75% of your message is standardized, but you want certain things customized, including like the subject matter, and then of course your video is customized, right? And you set all that up in a CSV file and load it in and generate your videos. Takes a couple of minutes, and then again you can kind of send them out of whatever workflow you're working in.
Are they sent out as a link, or are they kind of like
an email? They'll send out as an email. You can send them into messages or send them into, but yeah, you can send them an email most typically.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it like a active thumbnail like you guys used to do? I haven't used your solution in a while, but used to have that active thumbnail that's like a picture. Do you run into any issues with like spam filters because of that at all, or no?
I mean, we spent a lot of time kind of working around that problem and spam filters, so not particularly.
Yeah, particularly. Okay, I just had to ask, man. I'm not trying to cast shade on what you're doing.
No, these are important questions, and look, I'm the first to admit, like, we are at a frontier, where we're trying to move it. We're trying to move at the right pace here, where the tech is improving really quickly, like the efficacy of avatars, both the audio, the video, everything, the syncing, everything is improving dramatically. People, in my opinion, like if you're in go-to-market, if you're a salesperson or a sales leader, you need to know about this. You have to be trying this. It is like, whether or not you love it, whether or not it works for you, whether or not it works for your buyers, all that is we will discover and we will find. But you've got to be trying this. It is an incredible technology that has, I think is going to play a big role, in the future of go-to-market. Right. So, but we're early.
Yeah. Well, I know we're 9 months in, right? So with that, let me ask you this. I mean, what kind of like quantifiable outcome differential are you seeing versus like a normal sequence versus that?
Yeah. So I said the crawl, walk, run version. The run version, we're in beta. We're really kind of just testing it. So that's mostly, we have a few external customers we're in pilots with, and a lot of it's internal. In terms of efficacy or in terms of like engagement, when we send an avatar, so the engagement rates on an avatar aren't that different today from engagement rates on a video. So I'll start with like video engagement's higher than an email, like for reasons you might expect, but the engagement rate on an avatar thus far isn't that different. So, the click-through rate and the follow-through rate. So if you're like meetings booked off an avatar, those things are holding fairly constant right now, but the volume is up dramatically, right? Because you're sending many more. Now, whether that holds or not, like I don't know, but that's where we are today. And it's, I think in some measure that speaks to the ability to create custom and personalized messages and data in a way that resonates with whoever's on the other end, the buyer or prospect.
Okay. And by the way, just for folks that aren't aware, like what do you think what are the difference that you're seeing on the stat side of like a video avatar or regular versus just a normal email or a picture? Like what's the differential you're seeing on that?
I mean, the click rate is like 4 or 5 times higher on a video.
Yeah. Okay. So that's awesome. And then on the run side that you're talking about, where it's embedded in a workflow, you kind of like walk me through that. Actually, I'm not even going to guess. Walk me through that, like how it works, a little bit more detail, and then because I think all we're trying to do too, Jonathan, is help people wrap their heads around it because this is so new, right? And so they can start to visualize the concepts themselves.
Yeah, I'll give you a couple of use cases that are in the wild. We have marketing use case where marketers want to send videos on behalf of their sales team. And so they want to make sure, for example, that when a product is launched, every customer, every prospect receives consistent information on that product launch. You can do all that through the bulk send avatar, create the video and send it at a time of launch. The other use case that we have in the wild is more of a trigger based. And that's like folks who, again, I kind of gave you that example of like a prospect, let's say, a prospect clicks on your website or a customer clicks on your website and they have an account manager assigned to them. That account manager, it's a Sunday or it's on the weekend, but we'll trigger a video off of that click to the website. So they're asking about clicking on a product video. We can trigger a video from their account manager replying to them, commenting on, we know you hit this product video. We have more information on this product. Here's like 1, 2, 3 things you should know. Why don't we set up time to talk about this on Tuesday? That's triggered automatically. Rep doesn't know about it. Rep is off doing something else. Hopefully they're selling somewhere else. But that can occur dynamically all the time, many times, however many times you want. That's just like one example of the trigger based, right? And we can set the triggers wherever you want to set the triggers. You can set them on, if people want information on an upcoming event you're hosting or whatever you want. So the trigger based is there's a lot of upside and opportunity on trigger based. Does that help?
That helps. Is it like a API into like HubSpot or Salesforce? Or do you need like a connector like Zapier or Make or something like that?
It depends, but it's the former. Like if the folks are using HubSpot and they have workflow already set up in Salesforce or HubSpot, and you can API right under there.
Excellent, man. Well, this is a great breakdown. I think this is really solid to go through. I love your analogy of crawl, walk, run. Where can people find you? Where can they find more about what Vidyard's doing? And then we'll wrap things up.
Yeah, vidyard.com. Jonathan Lister, COO. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm super active. I'm out talking to customers and prospects all the time. I'd love to hear from you. I'm active on LinkedIn as well. Vidyard.com. Really easy. Future's really interesting. So love to.
It's exciting, man.
Here.
Well, excited about what you're doing. Look forward to having you back for part 2. And thanks for being on today, Jonathan.
Yeah. Thanks, Ryan. Talk soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And we will see you all and have a great day. Okay. Sorry.